can we take attendance?
Sure.
Or call the roll?
We can. Margie Davy. Lisa Marone.
Here.
Eric DeGroot. Pat Dwyer-Helquist.
Here.
Vic Oliver.
Here.
Ken Osmond. Bob Peschel. Brad Spanbauer.
Here.
Aaron Wojciechowski.
Here.
Okay, we have 5, so that's enough for quorum. I'll pull up the agenda. I think, is the first thing minutes or
Public.
public comment?
Seeing no public comment, moving on to approval of minutes. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll motion to approve the minutes from October 3rd as written.
Second.
Yep.
Okay. We will be discussing the Environmental Leadership Award.
We have to vote on the approval.
Oh, we got to vote on the minutes.
We need
Good
to
call.
vote.
If there's any discussion on changes first, and then if there's not, then we'll vote on them.
Thank you, Aaron.
Is there any discussion on October 3rd's minutes?
Can we vote all at once, or do we have to do it by call?
We can do a all in favor, say aye to approve
All in
minutes.
favor for the minutes approval, say aye.
Aye.
You seconded that, right, Vic? Okay, thank you. Okay, now we can move on to the next item.
Okay. Moving on to Environmental Leadership Award. Do we have a discussion on the award?
So this, I just put this on here because it was on last meeting's agenda, and I wanted to see if anybody had any nominations to bring forward.
When is this due? It's soon, right?
Yeah, I think, right, because it's supposed to be State of the Cities in March, so we usually get the ball rolling around this time, and then all the paperwork kind of gets filled out, and
January.
yeah.
It gets decided on, and then announced at State of the City.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really that has to formally be done, except it gets kind of announced at State of the City.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to, besides contacting the individual and letting them know that they've been nominated, and
Do you have accessible, like, the kind of just criteria for the award?
yeah, I think
are they in the-
I have it in one of these folders.
Quickly look at them.
This mouse seems to be acting up, so we'll do the Nintendo. Anybody old enough to remember Nintendo?
Oh, yes.
Let's see here. Sustainability Advisory Board and Environmental Leadership Award. So, somewhere in here, there is paperwork that, here you go, guidelines. So before the document opens, I'm going off memory. I believe there's 3 different criterias. Are you familiar, Pat? Okay, 5 different criterias here.
It can be an individual. Can you just scroll up a little bit?
Yep.
Or project for an environmental leadership award. Okay.
It's kind of those 5 things listed there
Hmm.
are the criteria to be a nominee.
Sure.
No, for instance, I think the last one that was nominated, it was someone who has since passed away. And I can't recall if they finished their life in Oshkosh, but they did have a life here for a significant period of time.
Okay.
Can you just scroll down a little bit
Yep.
to the annual award cycle, January, applications reviewed. So applications are accepted through January. Okay.
Yeah. So again, this is just on the, if you haven't heard anything from the community or you can't think of anybody, now would be the time to really start thinking about that.
Sure. And as board members, are we able to make nominations of people?
Yeah.
Okay. But other people, anyone can submit a nomination.
Correct.
Got it.
I mean, I don't know how many people are aware of this, nominate or this award.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
send this to us, this document?
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause I would like to share that.
I know our Facebook has a lot of likes, so maybe we could post
mean,
it there. We could each share it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that, again, the
On our own.
Facebook thing is, like, I can't share this document, right? It has to be a screenshot
Yeah.
of the document, which is
Sure.
fine. So you
Or
guys
even
think
just a post
Like a-
about the
Yeah.
It's-
award and what it is.
it's time again?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll send the guidelines to you all.
How would just like a citizen make their nomination?
They would just reach out to one of you or me or,
It also
Okay.
says the
Southwest Rotary.
SAB email on there. They
Yeah.
can email us.
Even if we put that out there, like, hey, if you have any recommendation, like,
yeah. Well, yeah, the SAB, it just goes to me.
Oh. I was like, who's monitoring that?
oh, we made a Facebook
Yeah.
page. Because I was like, that's not
Just
being tagged to my
attached to
account.
So that's so ultimately these are coming to you, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, in the past, I think there was another committee that I would attend that was through the Southwest Rotary. You saw them on here, Oshkosh Southwest Rotary.
Mm-hmm.
That committee has since kind of dissolved, and some of the nominees would come through that committee as well. So, and that's recent, like within the last year, that one of the leaders of that group, I think she retired or something, and
What besides bragging rights, what does someone who wins the award get?
they get like a plaque, that has the award on it, and then it gets announced at the state of the city, and it's recognized, I guess you could say. The plaque is also right out here in the big cabinet.
All right. I'm gonna think long and hard on this.
I mean, so a couple examples. I can't think of the lady's name that was nominated and won last year, but she did 50 years or something of sustainable. I mean, we could look at it, I guess.
Didn't Ken win 1 year?
And then I think the year 2 years before that, Ken won it, and then the year in between those two was the woman who operates Growing Oshkosh, or when it
Oh.
was Growing Oshkosh.
Danny Stoley.
Danny, yep. So
Okay.
2022 was Scalpone.
Okay. The name sounds familiar.
This might not work. So, okay, accept.
Uh.
Yeah. So for lifetime environmental, no. No, she was one of
Winnebago
the,
Lakes
she founded the Oshkosh Sustainability Advisory Board and Winnebago
Oh.
Lakes Council as a board member and active volunteer for more than a dozen state, regional,
Wow.
and local environmental organizations and community initiatives.
If there are multiple nominees, is just one award given, or are there sometimes multiple people recognized or awards given in a year?
There's multiple. So for instance, last year, sorry. Well, last year's nominee was given in 2022.
Yeah.
Was this individual, and then the Fox River Watershed received one as well.
So multiple people can win in 1 year.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
just for different things. This one was for education and community involvement, and the other one was for the lifetime achievement.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay.
And it's something really we should be thinking about throughout the year, right? If something comes about that you meet somebody and they're doing a really great job at something, or there's an organization that you feel deserves this, then just kind of keep it in the back burner and make a note.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
So that's really all I have for that. It's just for you all to be mindful that this is happening currently. If we have a nominee, we should get it out there.
Okay. Good to know we've got a little bit of time yet before
Yes.
applications or nominations.
And that's the only thing on the agenda. So
right.
the majority
Sure
is
is.
like tonight's meeting is really for the workshop at the end. So
Okay.
agenda items for future meetings, there might be some stuff that will fill under that topic after the workshop. Unless anybody has anything,
I have some updates if I can.
Go
do
ahead,
so
Aaron.
now. Disappointing, but probably not surprising. We passed our budget, great. We did have discussions about trying to fund the sustainability manager position. Unfortunately, did not have enough votes. But we did at least have a good discussion about it, in my opinion, so it's on their radar. And I think as a result of that, something that I'm excited for, we recently had our city manager review closed session, and part of that, the city manager will develop his goals for the next year. And one of those goals, they haven't been approved yet, but one that Mark has put forward has to do focused on sustainability. So he really wants to start addressing the sustainability plan that's been created and try to start implementing some of the ideas that were in that plan. So I'm really excited to see that on there, and hopefully they'll be involving the SAB committee as he kind of tackles that issue. So that was one, I think, good outcome of that. The other kind of side related is we are looking at doing another review of all the committees, advisory boards and whatnot. So we don't have too many details on that yet, just that we're going to be forming probably a ad hoc committee of council members to just review all the committees, see if all of them are still necessary, if some should be combined, if we need new ones, things like that. So just look forward to more information on that. Those are my updates.
anything else on people's mind? I guess native,
The native plant brochure,
yeah. I can share that with them now if you'd like,
Sure, yeah, if that's okay, yeah, so.
if this
it's-
works.
It's, what I mainly have is the content, I don't have how it would be formatted or any kind of pictures with it. And I did get feedback from, Misty McPhee, Shannon Davis Faust, Michelle
Mhm.
Hogan Knudsen, and, Janet Wisink from Audubon. So by email, I sent it to them by email. And so it's changed a little bit from what I sent to them, because I tried to, the red is like kind of my questions or information, it's not really part of the brochure, but,
It gives us a good outline of putting something together.
yeah.
And we can work
yeah.
together on that. Like, we had some questions about trifold and stuff. I mean, that's
Right, yeah.
part of my time is, for the week or whatever, would be I could assist in using some of the programs that the city has.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah,
have the knowledge.
this is just
the
kind of the
software.
base,
Right,
the
yeah,
information. Yep.
Right, yeah.
And any of you would be, can help with that
Yeah,
process
they
too.
could have other people, helping and input on some of the stuff, so.
So yeah, Pat had sent this to me, I think today, yeah?
Last night.
Last night, okay.
But you got it today.
Yeah.
I would have seen it today.
So it's a good start. It's got a bunch of information in it. And so it's just kind of like, this could be online in this format, which would be fine.
Right.
But we were thinking, something that could be in the hallway of City Hall
Right.
too
And-
would be
and part
helpful.
of, I'm not trying to tell people everything about native plants or how to do a native plant garden, but to point them toward resources and also explain the relevant parts of the city code and, and what support the city gives. That's really the purpose of the brochure.
So I'll probably send you all a copy of this too.
Okay.
And then this will be on the January agenda.
Sounds good.
Okay.
It'd be nice to have it for, if there's another No Mow May, to have that, a part of the No Mow May also encourage
Yeah.
native plants and gardens and
Mhm.
yards.
Anything else?
I'm sure something will come out of our goals discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, our next meeting is Thursday, January 5th. And can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
And we got to vote. Everybody in favor of?
Is everybody in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.